Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. How are you guys today? I am super happy to be with you today. I am bringing you another video with the Brave Viking Stamp Set. It's in the January to June 2022 mini catalog, which means it's almost over, but it is the Vikings on page 73, and they are just the cutest. I just love this stamp set, and I have been using it all week for projects. This is my third project, and there will be at least 2 more in the series, so definitely check out my videos. I will have a playlist also when all 5 projects have finished going live. You'll be able to catch them all in a playlist and see all 5 with this awesome stamp set. So this is the really cool card we're making today. You see that awesome background with those clouds. It's one of our new embossing folders called Into the Clouds, and we're going to use that today. I have also used the little hearts. You can see there's some stitched hearts. This is the Give It a Whirl dies, and I like to use them for clouds and hearts more than and stars. There's other things besides just having to make a motion card. But if you do want to make a really cool motion card, the Give It a Whirl dies are awesome for that. All right, let's move on to our stamping. All right. So let's start with our base. It is a piece of soft suede, and we are going to be taking that and folding that in half. You can see I've also used the cording. This is our In Color Baker's Twine, the 2022 to 2024 In Color Baker's Twine pack. You get all 5 colors of the In Colors: Parakeet Party, Starry Sky, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Sweet Sorbet. So check those out. All right, let's fold our, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I tried to stop it, just didn't want to happen, so I apologize. I don't normally edit my videos, so you're gonna get that sneeze in there, but hey, it's real life. Okay, so we're gonna fold this in half. I'm gonna use my bone folder. It's a piece of 5.5 by 8.5. Scored at 4 1/4, and we are going to score it at that 4 1/4 inch mark. And I use my bone folder because it really gives it a nice flat crease so that it can be the base of our card here. And we're going to use our blending brushes. We're going to use Tahitian Tide today. I'm going to move this to the side for right now. Bring in my scrap paper here. And I have already run this through my die cut machine. When you use the die through the die cut machine, you get this really cool embossed piece of the clouds. And so I want to put some color over the top to really bring out the lines that are in there. So we're going to use our Tahitian Tide ink pad. I'm going to pick up some color there. I'm going to dab off at first, and then we're just gonna brush over the top in kind of a circular motion. And you can see as I add this color, it really starts to show the different sections of our embossed background. I'm gonna go over it one more time, make it a little brighter blue. And I'm gonna push down that Tahitian Tide color. I'm not gonna do it on the whole surface. I'm gonna leave this section over here a little bit white. But I do want to pop that bright color, and you can see how it brings those clouds right out of our embossed piece. So definitely check out this really cool In the Clouds embossing folder. And this is our Tahitian Tide ink with our really awesome blending brushes. The blending brushes come in a 3-pack. They're totally worth every penny. They're beautiful, they're nice and big, and they take color really, really well. Okay, you can see on the outside of the card, we have this Viking ship. We have our Viking. And let me show you the inside. So inside you have the little girl Viking because it says, "I've taken a Viking to you." And so I am going to show you, I've already colored our male Viking and our boat. I've used the Tahitian Tide for the water since it's going to be up here. And then I've used our bronze for the boat itself and our dark crumb cake for those circle parts and the paddles. And then for our flag, I used our Sweet Sorbet, which is, these two are some of our new ink colors. He has bronze for his boots and for his little sash around him. His actual shirt color is the dark crumb cake, as well as his vest. I used a dark and light gray granite for his shield, his sword, his hat. The horns on his hat are light crumb cake, and then I used So Saffron Light for his beard. And then for his coloring, I used our Natural Tones blend, number 900. For my girl on the inside, we're gonna stamp her together. So I'm gonna use a little bit of Memento Tuxedo Black ink. I'm gonna grab her, and I'm gonna ink her up. Put her down here. That sneeze has my nose. I'm having allergies, I think. All right, so she has been inked down. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my stamp because it's just what I do. This is our Simply Chamois, and it just has water on it, and it cleans our stamps perfect. So we're gonna color her, and I'm gonna show you what I've used to color her. So we're going to start with her hair. We're going to start with the light pumpkin pie, and I'm going to color her, all of her hair and her braid with that light pumpkin pie. I'm also going to do this little piece here that's on her face. And then with the dark pumpkin pie, I'm gonna come in with my thinner point, not the brush tip, but the bullet tip. And I'm gonna follow these lines that the artist gave us on her hair. And then I'm also gonna add some of that dark pumpkin pie to her hair. All right, then I'm gonna use the light and the dark gray granite. I'm gonna do her spear in the light gray granite and the top of her little hat here. And these little circles. I'm gonna do that also in the light gray granite. With the dark, I'm gonna do the other part of her hat. And I'm gonna go over her sword and add a little bit of highlight to it with the dark. All right, so now I'm gonna move on to the crumb cake. I'm gonna start the light crumb cake, and I'm going to do, I'm sorry, not the light crumb cake. I'm gonna use the dark crumb cake, and I'm gonna do her little tunic, or whatever you wanna call her little dress. So I'm gonna color that. I love coloring with these blends because it makes coloring so fast. They do a great job of helping us color quickly. And then with our bronze, I'm gonna highlight parts of her dress. And then I'm gonna do her little sack that she's holding, her sash, and her boots. With the bronze, I'm also going to do these little tassels that she has on there, and we'll go ahead and do her the handle of her spear here. And then with the 900 natural tone blend, I'm going to do her skin. We'll do her face and her hand and her other hand. And then I'm gonna add her eye. I'm just gonna put dots in the center of her eye with this light Tahitian Tide. And then I'm going to take the dark pumpkin pie, and I'm gonna go over her eyebrows just like that. All right, so she's all colored up. Let's go ahead and put her on the inside of our card. So we will add our seal adhesive. And we'll open our card up here and we'll put her on the inside. She's so cute. Now I cut 2 baby hearts from the Give It a Whirl dies. I have a blue one for the outside and we're gonna put this red one on the inside. So I'm gonna grab my silicone mat because anytime I use wet glue, I bring that out. I'm gonna put a little bit of wet glue. I'm gonna try to anyway. Put a little bit of wet glue back here. There we go. I like to use my tweezers to pick up small pieces. I'm gonna give her a little heart right up here. So there is the inside. Let's go ahead and close our card up so you can see my sample. And let's go ahead and add our clouds. I love this. I just absolutely think it's the best. So we're gonna use some wet adhesive because these ridges really help to have wet adhesive to seep into those and really bond this to our card. So I'm just gonna make sure that I have enough on there. I'm gonna use my tweezers just to get it up for me. Oops. And then we're gonna add this to the front of our card. Our cute cloud background, and make sure that it's even. I do like that you have some wiggle room. You can move it around. So there is our beautiful cloud background. Now you can see I have stamped the words, I've taken a Viking to you. And I've stamped that on a piece of basic white in our Tahitian Tide. So let's go ahead and grab that. I'm gonna ink that down. Woo, that was not good. Let's try the other side. I should not have pushed so hard. There we go. Much better. I did not want the edges of that to show, did I? Let's clean our stamp. And we are going to use our cloud punch. I love that we have all of these cloud pieces because the Vikings have all these different like gods, and you know, they believed in like Hercules and all those people. So I think the clouds work perfect for the Vikings. So we're going to use our cloud punch. And I'm going to slide in my words here. I'm going to make sure that they are, I'm going to move them over a little, right like that. Kind of in that corner there, like where they are up a little. There's good. And I'm going to go ahead and punch. And now you can see that this cloud is a lot bigger than the one on my piece. Now I didn't want it to be such a long cloud, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide it back in here. You'll see. I'm gonna actually bring it this way and then I'll pull this part out. It'll be easier. So we're gonna slide it in, and I'm gonna make my cloud a little smaller by bringing it in just like that. And I chop off a little portion of my cloud, and then this just has a tiny peak on it, so I'm just going to round it slightly with my scissor. And that is how you get a smaller cloud if you have a smaller sentiment and you don't want so much cloud. So that's a tip for you. Let's go ahead and close our punch. So now we have all the elements to make our front of our card. So let's go ahead and we're going to add our little Viking. He's going to be lifted up. Our boat is going to be back here. So let's go ahead and attach our boat. It's just going to get wet adhesive. So will our cloud. Our Viking is the only thing, and the little heart that's popped up. So let's go ahead and add the wet adhesive behind our boat and our cloud. All right, gonna grab my tweezers, place him where he's gonna go. Let's put the cloud by him first. So he's gonna be kind of right about there, maybe. And we'll put the cloud about right there where you can see it. All right, stick that down. Let's put our boat. And the boat's going to be in this corner up here to the right, kind of close to the cloud here. I'm going to lift that corner of the cloud and kind of tuck that under there. All right. And then we're going to add our Viking, and he is going to be lifted up with dimensionals, and so is our little heart. So I'm going to turn that upside down. I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals and give one to that heart. And let's turn our little Viking upside down. I'm going to grab this out of the way. So I'm going to put a large dimensional on his shield here, maybe one on his hat, a couple down here. And then the rest I'm going to do minis. I'm going to put one on each of his feet here. And I'm going to do one on his hand. And then for his horns and for his sword, you can see on our mini dimensionals, you have this wide edge. And I like to use these edges here and trim some pieces that are long and skinny. It helps when you need to do these pieces such as this. I'm going to grab two of the long ones for the horns. Let's put one here. The back came off on me. And then we'll put one here. I need one for his sword. I actually grabbed two of them, I think. I'm going to cut them and use them together because they're short. Because I kind of have a longer sword here. So see if I can fit those on there. Come on, stick for me. There's one. There's the other one. All right, so let's pull all of our backs off of our Viking. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool for that. It makes it much cleaner and neat. Grab all of these, even these small little pieces. Let's put them there. I'll pick them up in a minute. So we'll pull the backs off. And then let's pick these guys up and throw those in the trash. Do a few at a time. I used quite a bit of them. I really wanted him to really be secured down onto my card nicely. And then I have just two more, I think these two pieces here. And then we have the one that's on our heart. All right, so I have it all in my hands, ready to go. Let's position our Viking first. Come on, doesn't want off my finger. All right, so we're gonna place him here by the cloud. He's so cute. Oh my gosh, I just love him. And then we're going to give the little heart down here by the cloud. Isn't that just precious? Okay, and then let's go ahead and tie our bow with our Sweet Sorbet baker's twine. I love this baker's twine. It ties in perfectly because I colored in the flag of, the sail of his boat. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Let's tie a knot first. So I'm just gonna hold it there, put my finger, and then tie another loop. And I'm gonna pull it into a knot to make it a lot easier to then tie a bow, because now I can position it where I want it, which is to the right. Slide it over. I'm going to bring it down a little like that. And now I could position where I want. I don't have to worry about it moving around on me. And then we'll go ahead and make our bow. And I like to have the little legs on this bow to hang down onto my card. I really like that striped look, especially since it's near the boat here. I'm holding that middle piece to hold that knot so that I can get a nice small bow on there. This side's a little longer, so let's trim that away. We're going to use our paper snips that I use just for ribbon, if I can find them here in my drawer. Here we go. Have a little charm on there. And there is our cute Viking card. I love how that turned out. I think it is adorable. I hope that you guys like it as well. Let me show you the inside. Thanks for staying with me to the end. If you're still here, I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up, that you will subscribe. There in the description below, I have all of the products that I use to make this. If you're interested in purchasing them, there's links directly to my store for each of the products. I also have the share button on there. If you want to make this project, you can share it to a board on Pinterest, and then you can go to that board when you're ready to make the card, and you won't have to search through all of my YouTube channel to find it. So that's definitely a good tip for you to hit the share button and share it to your Pinterest. And then I appreciate if you would leave me a comment and let me know what you think of the project. If there's any ideas that you would like for me to do videos on, let me know. I'd be happy to accommodate you. And I hope that you enjoyed this project. I will have 5 projects with this Brave Viking set. And at the end of the last one, I'll have a playlist with all 5 of them on there if you would like to look for that. I appreciate your time. Thanks for being here with me. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!